Coming up.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by how delicious this is.
Have you been craving delicious Italian food but aren't ready to go out to a restaurant in person? Lucky for you, this restaurant will send you the ingredients and tell you how to make a delicious dish from home.
We have our own curated balsamic vinegar. This is something that is only being made for Toscana DIVINO.
Deadlifts are important.
Pull your shoulders back and down and keep your neck flat.
And deadlifting properly is even more important. Morgan shows us how to do them with dumbbells and bands. Plus, a local hair salon keeps your hair healthy, and we'll talk pandemic travel for the holidays today on SoFlo Health.
Yep, just a few months ago, we told you this is how we like to socially distance, and that's still true today. Hello, welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm HUNTERFRANQUI, and today we have a show full of food, fitness, and socially distancing and COVID safety, which is why we're starting with our COVID update. As we exit spooky season and we enter pumpkin spice season, Thanksgiving is the next holiday that we have to learn to adapt to and navigate during the coronavirus pandemic. Next week, we will share with you what the CDC recommends you do when you're actually celebrating Thanksgiving, but here's the short of it. If you are going to travel or know somebody who is, here's what you can do to stay safer. If you are going to spend time with others, try to do so outdoors. Limit the amount of people you meet. Limit the amount of time you are around others. Stay 6 feet away from others, not from your household. Wear a mask when appropriate. Drive to your destination with as few stops as possible. If you must fly, try to do so at off hours to avoid long security lines. If possible, arrive 10 to 14 days in advance and have both parties quarantined before meeting. Consider being tested for COVID-19 during that window. Again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, everything that you do is on a spectrum of risk, and that ranges from low to high. Traveling long distances to meet large groups of people indoors is considered higher risk. Trust me, it burns my turkey that we have to consider this during the holiday season. However, we can't ignore it either. So, for some tips on how to tea day without the travel, make sure you tune in to next week's episode of SoFlo Health. Now, all of this talk about a holiday where we eat food and it's set aside just for that purpose with family makes me think, I want some Italian. We've left the beach and we're here in Marybrickle Village, home of construction and good eats. This is Toscana DIVINO, and now that you're COVID ready, they've also taken some steps to keep you COVID safe in case you're not ready to head out just yet. So let's head inside and find out more. Chef, we've got a few things in front of us. Tell me about these two blocks and what's on them.
Well, this is a great, exciting day. Today we have our resourceful Toscana boxes. So it's a combination of really very upscale curated ingredients. In this case, we have the pantry box, and then over there we have the pasta box. We also have boxes for bars, we have a caviar box, and then also we have a dairy box, which is a buffalo mozzarella, we have the cheeses, we have the different dairy products that are really elegant. It goes very well with the Italian cuisine.
What is the purpose? What's the inspiration behind these?
So we wanted to take a little bit of the restaurant and delight our guests with some choices that we actually use in-house.
Right.
So for example, we have a very good extra virgin olive oil. We have our own curated balsamic vinegar that actually has been aged for 15 years.
Right.
And this is something that is only being made for Toscana DIVINO.
Wow.
We use the beautiful olives. We have a salt that we source locally. We have honey that is being sourced locally. So the idea is to really contribute with, to present something that we use in-house and have people be able to enjoy it at their home.
So now you're going to make some of these for us today to show us kind of the process that we go through. Obviously, you're a professional chef, but you're going to show how these can easily be made at home.
Right, and you're going to help me, hopefully.
Yes, I will. So I'll show you because I'm certainly no chef. And we'll get to cooking. What do you say we do that now?
Let's do it.
Let's go. We're in the kitchen now. We're going to start with the pasta box. I have the pasta right here. Chef, I'll hand this off to you.
Thank you.
And you tell us where we begin.
Well, the first thing we want to make sure is the water is boiling, and you put every gallon about a teaspoon of salt, okay? So the first pasta is gonna cook super fast. So in this case, this pasta is gonna cook in about a minute, okay?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we can take the tomato sauce.
Okay.
All the tomatoes are heirlooms, and the ones that I actually have here are baby heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take my spaghetti and finalize the cooking in the sauce. And whenever you're making a pasta dish, you really want to try to finalize the cooking in the sauce.
Nice.
In the sauce.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. Then now we're gonna toss it, and now we're ready to plate.
Take a look at that and get excited because we're gonna cook some more and we're gonna do, what's next? Which one's this called again?
So now we're gonna do the pantry box, and this is a risotto, vegetable risotto.
We got the pantry box, so make sure you stick around for some more SoFlo Health, and here's what's coming up.
When SoFlo Health returns, we taste
Oh my God. It's also good.
and lift.
Pull your shoulders back and down and keep your neck flat.
Focusing on you. Innovations in modern medicine from your team of experts at UHealth, the University of Miami Health System.
Visits to emergency rooms here and across the country are declining as COVID-19 cases rise. Dr. David Lang, medical director of emergency medicine at the University of Miami, says COVID should not be a reason that emergency care isn't sought out, especially when every second counts.
Patients that are thinking they're having a true emergency, chest pain, shortness of breath, possible stroke, they can't move their arm, their leg, they have difficulty speaking, they truly need to seek out emergency care as soon as possible.
How important is it for people, despite being in the middle of a pandemic, seek out emergency medical treatment?
Heart attacks, strokes, surgical issues, those are time dependent and can be treated effectively if you're in an emergency department in an appropriate amount of time.
What kinds of precautions are being taken now within the emergency room?
We are actually running 2 separate emergency departments on an operational level. We have an area dedicated solely for patients that either have COVID, have symptoms of COVID, or we suspect may have it. The emergency department at UHealth Tower is ready and available. We've always taken precautions to ensure that everyone gets the right medical care in a timely manner.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm HUNTERFRANQUI. We're at TOSCANA DIVINO. That's Chef CASALS. We just made a beautiful pasta dish. Now we're on to the pantry box dish. As you might remember earlier, that these come in a box of all of the ingredients, and you get to assemble it at home. That way you get to enjoy the fine dining in the comfort of your own home in case you're not ready to head back out just yet. So Chef, where do we begin with this?
Great, Hunter, so the first thing we're gonna do a little bit of butter, maybe a teaspoon of butter and olive oil in a nicely warm pan.
Okay.
So the first step is just to sweat all the veggies, so you wanna go ahead and put this in the pan. And we're gonna do the same thing with, the cauliflower, the same thing. Yep. You wanna kind of build that caramelization, you know, and you wanna make that Maillard reaction. You want to get a little bit of the color in the beginning. Then we're going to add the rice. And this is going to be a vegetable stock.
Well, Chef, I say we let this simmer for 9 minutes, like you said, and then we'll see you at the table where we get to do the most important part, and that's taste it. Now that we're situated at the table here, we've got some delicious food to eat. We'll take our masks off.
Please.
And now I can smell even more of this delicious food. So, Chef, before I take a bite, what do you want people to experience when they come here?
I want them to have a great time. I want them to have the best food possible and fresh, local, and to enjoy food like we do. We're a family, we're a big family, and we want to extend our family to yours. So please feel free to come to talk to us and to enjoy what we like to enjoy every single day.
Sorry, I was distracted by how delicious this is.
And you don't have to be a professional chef to do this stuff.
Right.
You don't have to. You can just cook free at home.
Yeah, that's what's great about these boxes, and they can either come to your house directly or you guys deliver them as well, correct?
We actually deliver them directly every single day. We can deliver. And then for more information, they can go online in Toscana, Resourceful Toscana, or Toscana Divino Resourceful. You can kind of custom create your own boxes as you please. We have a lot of great ingredients. This is one of the fun things about my job, that I get to go out there, curate the ingredients, talk to the farmers, bring some of the best items into the house so that I can bring it to your house.
Right, and the fun part about my job is being able to hang out with people like you. It's an embarrassment of riches on the show when you're at Toscana Divino. Chef hooked me up with some fresh made breadsticks that they have here daily. He even told me about a hotline that you can call if you get one of these boxes, you're making it at home, and you're not sure what to do next. You can call a chef and they'll help you out. Fortunately, we work up an appetite on this show. And recently, we worked with Morgan to show you how to do a proper dumbbell deadlift. Whether you're at home or in the gym, it's important to know. Take a look. It wouldn't be South Florida without a sun shower, but we've learned from our past experiences trying to break down exercises for you where we were washed out with the push-up. We finished it up here last week, and now we duck for cover as this sun shower comes by. It's a beautiful day still, but it's time to get into some workout here. So today we're breaking down the deadlift, correct?
We are doing the deadlift, absolutely.
All right, well, this is how it works. We're spaced apart to be socially distant. We're gonna remove our masks. I'll be the training guy, and she'll be your instruction gal.
Yes. First things first, we're going to talk about the setup. So this is the Romanian deadlift. This one's going to be a little bit more hingy and a hamstring focused. In order to stand with them, we have to pick them up. And don't pick it up, but I want you guys to see at home right now, this rounding of the back is exactly what we want to avoid. And this is where a lot of people go wrong and hurt themselves. And that's why so many people avoid the deadlift. So first things first, we are gonna hinge back from the hips, all the way back, keeping your back flat. Now we're gonna safely pick up those dumbbells. You could take a step back for me now. First things first, I want you to imagine corkscrewing your feet into the ground, really gripping your toes, kind of clawing the ground. Now moving up, we are keeping the knees soft. This is more of a stiff leg, but that doesn't mean the knees are gonna be locked out. I want you to pull your shoulders back and down and keep your neck flat. So how do you feel right now?
A lot of tension.
A lot of tension, that's exactly what we want. If you are doing these things right, the setup alone should be an exercise. Now, just like the setup, we are hinging from the hips. So I want you to send those hips all the way back, going down, going down. Show me what you normally do. And come right back up. Okay, so it was minor with Hunter because he has some experience in deadlifting, but what most people will do is they do have the flexibility or the mobility to go all the way down and maybe touch their toes. The issue is what we want to avoid is going all the way down, we're hinging, and then we still go down, and that's what happens. So yes, Hunter has the flexibility to go all the way down, but the moment he stops hinging back is the moment he should stop that movement and come right back up. So come up for me safely. Thank you, I appreciate that. Now another common mistake people will make is the neck. They're really thinking to arch, so what happens? They arch the neck. Show me one of those. Bending, 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 not good. We want to allow everything straight in line. And then last thing to be aware of is really keeping those dumbbells close to your legs. I like to tell people, imagine you are shaving your legs, whether you do or not. The point there is keeping the dumbbells close to you the whole entire time. You're feeling all the right things. I would give this a pass, and as a trainer, I would feel comfortable loading it with more weight. Good job.
Yeah, I think that's probably a question on some people's mind. How do you choose a weight?
So I would say when starting off, pick something of some weight. These are 10 pounds enough where maybe you feel a little stretch to where you can get those cues that we're looking for, but not so heavy that it's going to be a strain to pick it up and compensate. And then when it comes to progressing it, be easy on yourself. Go up 2.5 on each side or a 5. And there's also different variations where you can just do it with a band and that's going to be less. Or you can just practice your hinge holding a stick. And those are a lot of variations that we will explore later down the road.
We'll get the other equipment to show you the different variations, but hang tight.
Find out how a stick and a resistance band can improve your deadlift form and visit a local salon that's keeping your hair healthy after the break.
That is delicious. Still at Toscana Divino, finishing up this pasta that you can make at home. Absolutely delicious. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm HUNTERFRANQUI. When we last left you, Morgan was showing you how to do a dumbbell deadlift and get the most out of it. So here's the rest of that, and I'm gonna need the rest of this. For this next part, you will need a resistance band of sorts, a broomstick, a pole, PVC pipe.
It'll all work, yep.
All right.
Same thing. So you are going to take the stick and put it behind your head. You're gonna have one hand right behind your neck and the other one right there. From there, we are gonna do what most people do when I tell them to attempt a hinge. And you're gonna give me a bit of like a send it back, but really it's a squat. Knees go forward, heels lift up. So this stick is really gonna help you feel what it's like to keep everything pulled back and really hinge while keeping that to your body. So now send those hips back, and I want you to really keep that stick along your body. Good, and come right back up. So now what are you feeling? Do you feel like this assists you with the visualization?
Yeah, I feel that the tendency is to want to let the stick either come up at the top or to bend your knees, but by having the stick along my back, it gives me a cue of where to put my butt and my shoulders.
Which is exactly what we want. Stick down. Now we are going to the band. So this is a way to go a little bit lighter on the dumbbell deadlift, depending on your band. But maybe you aren't ready for dumbbells yet. Maybe you have a little fear towards them, or you only have heavy ones at home. Get out a band and we can do the same thing. So this one, I'm gonna have you double wrap it around, because this is kind of a lighter one. Now you're gonna step both feet in it. From here, same cues like we talked about. Ground up, grip, tighten, core, shoulders, neck. Let's go. Hinge all the way back. Perfect. And as you can see, he is keeping the band close to his body, and you can still feel the hamstrings. Do you feel the same thing that you did when we were doing the dumbbells?
Yeah, I think that because most people are fortunate to live a life where they don't have to be lifting things up all the time, a lot of people might overlook the skill of learning to use your hamstrings or to squat properly.
Right.
And that's why we're going to be doing these breakdowns, because every movement that we'll teach you applies to you somewhere in your life. And as you become more aware of your body and how to utilize it, you'll not only be healthier, but you'll be less prone to injury, and you'll improve areas you thought you never would be able to improve before. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. We want to do good form over everything and lead it into our daily life, just like you said.
All right, well, we escaped the sun shower, we escaped the rain from a few weeks ago, and hopefully for our next shoot together, we won't have any of those issues. But nonetheless, we're here to break it down for you. What do you have on the next one?
Next one, we are going over the banded face pull.
She seems excited about that, but we'll find out if I'm excited about it next time. See, wasn't that a whole lot easier than trying to figure out the dumbbell deadlift on your own by looking at a workout program and being like, yeah, I think I got this? Morgan always has the tools to help us get to what we need to do without hurting ourselves in the process, and that's important. Recently, we went over to Hair Industry Salon and we learned about how they were keeping us safe from COVID-19. Now, they're also looking out for the health of your hair. Check it out. The coronavirus pandemic has been difficult on everyone, especially local businesses and extra especially salons. That's why we're here to visit Hair Industry Salon to learn what they've been doing to not only stay in business for the last 18 years, but stay in business during the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's head inside and meet Kim and Mindy. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Hunter. How are you?
I'm good.
If you take your temperature.
Let's do it.
Yay!
I did it.
Little sanitation here.
Okay. What's changed for you here? What do you want people to know?
I want people to know that we are doing everything above and beyond that we know that we can do to make their experience here at Hair Industry safe and happy. We installed the 5-foot-tall, half-inch glass partition, so every single stylist now has their own little personal working station. Every station and chair is, of course, 10 feet apart.
All right, well, I think I see Mindy back there. Do you mind if I go talk to her?
She's ready for you.
All right, let's go.
Go ahead.
Mindy, as we've walked through your beautiful salon here, what's changed for you and the salon?
It's been very challenging, but when our clients tell us that they feel safer here than they do at their local grocery store or their local bank or any other business that they patronize, it makes us feel like we're doing our job.
And you've also done some other things throughout this process, including helping people with color at home. I'm sure that's been a fun
Yes.
journey.
We have all of our clients' formulas on record, included some gloves, a color brush, and some clips, and we put their name on a little shopping bag and we met them curbside. We were also really proud to help our essential workers and frontline workers. We gave them their color kits complimentary, say thank you for their service during this time.
That's lovely.
With even coming in earlier or staying later, anything that they need to keep their hair healthy during this time that people really just aren't feeling so great about themselves.
This is SoFlo Health after all, and you just mentioned the health of your hair. How can someone take care of the health of their hair during COVID or any other time for that matter?
We recommend not doing your color at home. They tend to be much more drying and much harsher chemicals than we would use at the salon. We also offer a color gloss made by Redken. It's called Shades EQ. It's the #1 demi-permanent color. These services give your hair incredible shine. They deposit protein, amino acids, they reduce frizz. We are all about healthy hair.
Right. Well, Mindy, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you,
and
Hunter.
giving us the world tour.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate that you've been doing this not only for 18 years, but during the toughest time, you're taking care of all of us.
Thank you. Thank you. It was great to be here.
Well, my experience here in hair industry for the last 18 years has always been amazing. And as soon as we were able to come back with absolutely very, very strict disinfectant rules, we felt comfortable coming back. Anxiety is so common these days with everything going on, but I would assure them that they would be safe, and everybody here looks out for everyone's health and safety 24/7.
See, even the palm trees know how to socially distance properly. That's easily 6 feet, maybe even 10. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm HUNTERFRANQUI, and today we've had an episode full of food, fitness, and COVID-19 safety. We started out at TOSCANA DIVINO, where they showed us their pantry box, their pasta box, and so many other boxes that you can order at home so that you can have restaurant quality cooking done by yourself, but at home if you're not ready to head out just yet. Then we took some time with Morgan to learn about the dumbbell deadlift so you can properly pick up objects or just work out using a deadlift. When it comes to the coronavirus pandemic, we talked about travel during the holidays. Now, quick note, the CDC recommends that you just don't travel. Some activities are higher risk than other activities, and to see a list of those, you can go to cdc.gov. Next week, we'll tell you about Thanksgiving and how we can keep you safe according to the CDC when celebrating the holiday itself, as in day of, but you'll have to wait until then to see it. You can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloHealth.com. You can follow us using @SoFloHealth to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Now, it's a beautiful day here in Fort Lauderdale Beach, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye and good health.
Next week on SoFlo Health, it's almost Thanksgiving, and Professor Produce has some words on food safety. Dr. Claudia Caprio will teach you how to feast in peace. Morgan Shapiro will show you how to burn those leftovers off before you can eat them, and Aniva Zaman will have us flowing with Qigong. We'll see you then.